Let's start with Marcello at the side of the pool.
Yeah.
Because that image of her beside the pool, if you know her number, I'd like an introduction. She sounds really hot.
Yeah. Men are very taken with Marcella as a character. I've heard this from a lot of
That's
people.
not just me, okay.
It's not just you. The image, well, one thing that's interesting is that scene where she's beside the pool. I didn't realize until I'd written them all what a central scene that was, because that's a scene you see really from, I think, everybody's point of view. You see it from, because the book is written from multiple points of view for your listeners. And you see it from Jed and Marcella's points of view. Then they, of course, are the two main characters, but you also see it from both of Jed's parents' points of view, Cecil and Betsy, and you see it from Anthony's perspective. He's Marcella's husband, becomes ex-husband. And you see it from Callie's point of view at a very important point in the story. So, and it's just this ordinary party around the swimming pool. And I really liked the idea. I like small moments that you can unpack and they turn out to be very significant in the lives of characters and in a character's emotional life. You can call it an epiphany if you want to be Joycean about it, whatever. But I like looking at things that look insignificant and discovering how they actually are significant. So it's just an ordinary party. There's a pretty woman by the side of the pool. Turns out people are noticing her. Why are they noticing her? Why is she sad? What happens after they notice her? What's going through her head? So
there was a little bit of The Graduate popped into my head, because there's the older woman by the pool and the younger guy in the pool, and okay, it doesn't happen. You know,
Jed's never floating on the raft in the middle of the pool alone. Just to make that clear.
And there is no pretty much immediate seduction. There's a
lag of well, let's see, from the first time that Jed sees her to it's 8 or 9 years, so it's a long time. But he clearly remembers her too.
Yes, everybody does. Everybody just sees this woman sitting kind of apart, and she's beautiful, but nobody there's almost like a bubble, and only one person sort of pierces that bubble. And that's,
I see you choosing your words carefully.
Yes, just went really bad. Marcel's sitting beside the pool, and the host comes up, and it's kind of a little innocuous conversation. They're all little innocuous conversations, that pool, that all add up together eventually.
Right.
But that's sort of the first time they really notice each other.
Mm-hmm. And it's at a point. It's at a significant point for her. She's just had another miscarriage. She and Marcella and her husband Anthony have been trying to have a second child, and this, she's just had her fourth miscarriage, and she and Anthony are not communicating well at all, which is just sort of the hallmark of their marriage, even though they really, really love each other. But they can't connect somehow. And Cecil, the host with whom she has the conversation, he's not at any kind of crisis point. He's more in just kind of a lull. He's kind of, there's an incipient midlife crisis there, I would say. And he just notices her, and again, he notices her, and she sticks in his mind, and things happen later. Not that day, but later.
There's an unsolved murder that starts off the book. Betsy, Jed's and Callie's mother, and the wife of the man with whom Marcella is having an affair is killed.
Yep.
Pretty much off stage.
Until later.
Yeah, and it's sort of this. Is it a murder mystery? Is it not a murder mystery? Because there were times when I just I almost wish I didn't have to deal with that, but it was always there, sort of nagging and pushing everything. It heightens everything.
Right. I certainly never conceived of it as a murder mystery, and it surprises me when people look at it that way.
I think we're conditioned that if there's a murder and it's unsolved, that it must be a murder mystery.
Right, no. Yeah, like, because there is a murder in a book does not make it a murder mystery. One of the themes I was thinking about was how much we want control and how we will grasp after the illusion of control, and on every front in our lives, but especially in literally matters of life and death. And for Jed and for Callie, whose mother was murdered when they were in college, they're just going along and everything, life is normal, and you know, they're young adults and they just think the world is their oyster, and then suddenly one day everything changes and they wake up and they're told that their mother has been killed and no one knows who did it, and they never find out. And to me, that really is the ultimate loss of control, to lose a loved one so suddenly. And that, I wanted the characters to deal with that. I wanted them to have to negotiate the knowledge that really they don't have control, and see where they ended up, if they could accept that, if they could not accept that. But that's, so I wasn't thinking of it as a murder mystery. I was thinking of it as what would these characters do under an extreme condition, and that was the extreme condition.
The book is The Swimming Pool. It's a first novel from Holly LeCraw and The Swimming Pool, published by Doubleday Canada.